Hey guys, in this video, I'm diving into a huge spoiler from the new GTA 6 and get this, it's hiding in plain sight, right on the official new cover art. And honestly, this could be one of the biggest story twists involving Jason and Lucia. What's crazy is, almost no one's talking about it. I haven't seen a single video or major discussion that brings this up, which is kinda wild, considering how important it might be. So let's break it down, starting with something Rockstar's done not once, but twice now. Both times they revealed official art for GTA 6, they snuck in major story hints. Don't worry, nothing here will actually spoil the game for you, because these teasers only make sense if you already know the deeper context, and most of it is stuff we've been speculating about for ages anyway. Remember that first artwork? The one where Jason and Lucia are just chilling on a car hood? Look closely, it's the first time we see Lucia wearing an ankle monitor, something that wasn't even hinted at in the very first trailer. That subtle clue was only on the artwork. Then, later, in trailer 2, boom, we see Lucia doing community service, wearing that exact monitor. So they teased us early on with that plot detail, but kept it completely hidden from the trailer until a year later. Pretty clever, right? Now, fast forward to the new cover art we got after the second trailer. This one's totally different. Gone is the chill Miami Street vibe. Now it's full-blown chaos cops everywhere. A boat's been shot up, and our main characters are in the middle of a high-speed chase. Guns out. But here's where it gets really interesting. Lucia is holding a metal case. And no, this is not just some random suitcase. It's all scratched up, looks like it's been through hell. And given the boat's all shot up, it probably slid all over the deck during the chase. But even that wouldn't explain just how beat up it looks, which tells us this thing has been through some serious action. And that's the point, these kinds of cases aren't used for nothing. They're usually meant to carry something really valuable, like we're talking diamonds, or in some cases, high-grade gold bars. But realistically, a case this small? It's probably diamonds. Makes more sense, right? But here's the catch. Why would Jason and Lucia be risking everything for diamonds this early in the game? In the beginning, they're just getting started, not exactly seasoned pros. We know from what we've seen that they're building a crew along the way, recruiting secondary characters who are already skilled criminals. So yeah, it wouldn't make sense for this diamond heist to happen right at the beginning. As we dig deeper, the story makes more sense. Jason and Lucia want the good life. They start small, robbing stores or trucks maybe, and gradually scale up. By the time we get to the big finale, they're pulling off massive high-stakes heists. And Rockstar's already shown us glimpses of this progression, screenshots of various robberies, bags of stolen cash, Jason and his buddy on the run, side characters involved in other heists. Some of these characters, they're already pros. And eventually, they'll become part of Jason and Lucia's team. It's all super well thought out. From low-level hits to big league scores, they're climbing the criminal ladder. And this beat-up metal case Lucia's holding, that could be a key piece of that journey. Maybe even the first sign of what's to come later in the story. We've actually been shown multiple times that at the start of the story, Jason's just robbing regular corner stores like a typical street thug. But as things progress, the heists start to look a lot more planned out, and the story takes some unexpected turns. And let's be honest, not every robbery ends smoothly. Most of them turn into chaotic car chases or shootouts. Also, let's talk logic for a second. Stealing like 20 million in cash from a bank? That's total nonsense. I mean, do you realize how much that weighs? We're talking 5 tons of money? There's no way you're sneaking that out unnoticed. You'd need trucks, a full plan, and a clean escape, all from a heavily guarded bank right in the middle of the city. It just doesn't add up. It'd be hilarious in a video game, but it's not even close to realistic. Now diamonds? Totally different story. You can fit a fortune in a tiny case, and they could easily be worth 2 or 3 times more than stacks of bills. That's why I think this beat-up metal case we saw is actually a spoiler for the final heist in the game. I mean, come on, the second cover art shows a full-blown police chase, a shot-up boat, and Jason and Lucia holding this exact case. You don't need to be a genius to realize Rockstar is hinting at something big here. And don't forget, Rockstar has dropped plenty of clues about Jason's story too. Even in the first trailer, he seemed a little off. Like he's not exactly who he says he is. Personally, I still think there's a chance Jason is a traitor, or maybe even an undercover cop. And the ending of the game? It might be all about that case and the betrayal. And honestly, it'd make way more sense for Jason to be the one hiding something. Lucia's backstory is way more solid. She grew up in Liberty City, she's chasing the dream of a better life even if it means breaking the law a little. But she's got no reason to betray Jason. In fact, they seem to have a thing going on, love, romance, all that stuff. It just doesn't add up for her to backstab him. But Jason, he's still a mystery. He's ex-military, wants respect, wants to live large, but the fact that he used to be in the army kind of throws up a red flag. Maybe he's working for the government. Maybe he's been sent in to get close to Lucia for some secret mission. Who knows? Don't take these theories too seriously just yet, the game's not out and nothing's confirmed. But man, Rockstar really knows how to mess with us. They're being super clever. We all dig through the trailers and screenshots, but barely anyone pays attention to the cover art. It's like, oh, it's just a picture. But nah, this time the cover actually means something. And this is the first GTA ever that doesn't use the franchise's classic box art style. No comic style grid, just one solid image and it shows actual scenes from the game. Kinda weird, right? I mean, maybe they'll drop a third, classic style cover closer to release, but honestly, not likely. The game's already listed in console stores with this second cover as the official artwork. So yeah, what we're seeing on this cover is probably canon. It's likely a scene straight from the campaign. Now, back to that scratched up case. I mentioned earlier how beat up it looks like it's been through a war. I've got a theory about that too. Think about it. They're in the middle of a police chase on a boat. Jason and Lucia are clearly trying to escape after stealing whatever's in that case. The water escape is kinda odd, not the smartest route if you ask me, but still, that's what we're shown. So yeah, Jason and Lucia are trying to escape by boat after the heist, which is kind of a weird choice, honestly, but let's look closer. It seems like they're speeding through some sort of canal inside Vice City, possibly one that leads out to open waters. But here's the strange part for some reason. They abandoned the boat at a pier, and it looks like they're planning to escape on foot or by some other means. This all clearly screams heist getaway, right? But that still doesn't explain why the case is so damaged. Even if it bounced around inside the boat, it wouldn't get that scratched up. And these aren't just bumps, we're talking deep cuts and slashes, like someone tried to stab it with a real knife. So here's the theory. Jason and Lucia weren't the only ones after the case. Maybe another crew showed up 2 teams, one location, one prize, and it turned into a fight. The case took some serious hits in the scuffle. And honestly, this idea fits perfectly with Rockstar's clear inspiration from the Fast Furious franchise. Remember GTA 5's safe dragging mission? Total callback to Fast 5. So if GTA 6 gives us 2 rival heist crews, just like Fast Furious 6, it wouldn't be surprising at all. Now, the only thing that feels off to me is the outfits. Think about it, you're doing this huge, carefully planned heist that leads into a full-on chase scene and you're wearing beach clothes? Like you're headed to a barbecue? New masks, new disguises, new utility gear? In GTA 5, every major heist had you dressed for the job. You'd wear tactical gear, or even disguises as bank workers, or emergency responders, depending on the plan. Here though, Jason and Lucia look like they're on vacation, and they're only carrying handguns. Come on, that's not enough to pull off a big-time robbery, let alone escape the cops. You'd need way heavier firepower for something like that. Now yes, I get it, this is just cover art, not a real cutscene. They're obviously not going to show RPGs or miniguns on the poster. That'd be too much, it would look more like a screenshot than a cover. But still, Rockstar is clearly showing us a story moment. So why make it look so unrealistic? Also, take a look at the background, the street behind them. Earlier, we talked about the first cover, which clearly shows Ocean Beach, the most iconic street in Miami. The second cover seems to show a similar area, and it matches up with some leaked screenshots. If you compare the buildings, they look super similar to the high-rises near Ocean Beach. On one screenshot, you can even see Vice City way off in the background with skyscrapers that line up perfectly with the ones in the art. But here's the odd part, Ocean Beach, both in real life and in old school GTA Vice City, faces the open ocean. In the cover art though, it's facing a pier with trees and other stuff in the background. So either they redesigned the city and it's no longer a one match with classic Vice City. The cover isn't meant to be geographically accurate. Or maybe it's not Ocean Beach at all, but just a similar looking street. Anyway, based on everything we just broke down, I think we've uncovered a major plot twist. One that could actually tie into the final mission of the game. I'm honestly convinced at this point. There's just no way Jason and Lucia are going through all this for a case that's empty or meaningless. And no, I don't buy into any theories about it containing some military tech or classified intel or anything like that. That's just not GTA. It doesn't match the vibe, and it definitely doesn't fit Jason and Lucia's personal goal to get rich. That leaves only one thing: diamonds. It makes the most sense they're small, insanely valuable, and easily stored in a case like that. And knowing this possible plot twist in advance, that just makes playing GTA 6 even more exciting. Imagine watching this video right before launch, and then getting hyped to find out if we were actually right about the ending. And let's be real, this is Rockstar. These guys don't do basic copy-paste heist stories like in every other movie. You just know they've got something deeper, something more clever and unexpected up their sleeve. GTA 6 is gonna surprise everyone. Anyway, if you've got your own theory about what's in that case, drop it in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.